Welcome to this micro lecture. Today we will talk about post-market surveillance, vigilance reporting system and the post-market clinical follow-up. We will also talk about the connection between post-market surveillance, vigilance and post-market clinical follow-up. What are the learning goals of today's micro lecture? By the end of this video, you should know what post-market surveillance is and why you need it. Furthermore, also a learning goal is to know the benefit of the vigilance reporting system and the difference between post-market surveillance, vigilance and post-market clinical follow-up study. Let's start with the post-market surveillance. Post-market surveillance is a systematic process to derive information about medical devices which are already placed on the market. The aim of the post-market surveillance is to identify risk, to identify safety problems, to check the efficiency on the product in the field and to continuously update the benefit-risk assessment. Post-market surveillance is a continuous process, gathering and evaluating information, deciding on measures and implementing necessary measures. Let's talk about the vigilance reporting system. A vigilance system is a market surveillance and reporting system. Manufacturers must not only regulate how they monitor the market, but also how they report incidents to the agency. The purpose of the medical device vigilance system is to improve the protection of health and safety of patients and other users. What is the post-market clinical follow-up? If normal market observation doesn't provide adequate data, post-market clinical follow-up studies by the manufacturers may become necessary. The aim of the post-market surveillance is to continuously demonstrate the benefit of medical device by observing and analyzing every practical use and to identify previously unknown risk. Post-market clinical follow-up studies have been developed to collect clinical data with the immediate goal of updating and improving clinical evaluation. Now I'd like to talk about the connection between post-market surveillance, vigilance and post-market clinical follow-up. On this slide, you can see the post-market surveillance process. After developing a medical device, fulfilling the general safety and performance requirements with the clinical evaluation or the clinical investigation, medical device manufacturers affix the CE mark on the device. And of course, the medical device will be placed on the market. After that, the continuous post-market surveillance process, which is required by the medical device regulation, starts. A manufacturer continuously has to update the clinical assessment and the risk management with data from the market. If everything goes well and there is no event or no data are required, the post-market process is carried out as long as the device is on the market. If there is an event, for example, the device isn't safe because of wear and tear, the manufacturer has to report this event to the vigilance system and he or she has to decide if to change the device or if new adequate data are needed. Another case would be if new data are required, then the manufacturer has to start a post-market clinical follow-up study. Now you know what post-market surveillance is and when you need this process. You also know what a vigilance reporting system is and when you need a post-market clinical follow-up study. You also know the entire post-market surveillance process and the difference between post-market surveillance, vigilance and post-market clinical follow-up. This brings us to the end of the e-lectures on the topic of regulatory requirements for medical device. I hope you benefit from this information. Thank you for your attention.